Family living died in America. Good old USA. Good old USA. Whole lot of red in that white and blue. History can be erased. Yeah. You're looking for a new America. Are you tired of working time for half the pay? Half the pay. I just pray that we don't crash. Keep my Bible on the dash. We gotta keep the faith.
Wildfire burn his house down. Insurance ain't had no pay. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I done forgot the
So hold his host to pour more liquor, please. Our working man ain't got no money in the bank. Yeah. Turn up the vinyl and the radio. Whoa, ha, whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, ha.
radio.
Whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, ha,
Wah ha ha wah ha ha wah ha ha. Wah ha 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 ha
whoa,
ha.
ha, whoa,
I
ha,
totally blanked
whoa,
out in the middle of that.
whoa, ha, whoa, ha, whoa,
Like-
ha, ha.
I literally I had the song prepared and everything.
No, I
and
watched
It
it.
was just like a.
I watched it happen, and I just picked up your fumbled ball.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm picking up vibrations. She's giving me excitations.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Blackest Show About Nothing. It's Jade and XD.
Ish. This little weekend.
It's a lot louder in person.
I know it is. It's the filtered microphones. It's the cloud lifter. It's all of those things. But shout out to you all.
Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode. Welcome Black. How you doing?
Yes. Still here like Tisha. I'm assuming, we're in the past or the future. I don't know what you would say this, like we're recording ahead of time.
Oh yeah. Well,
So we're
currently we're in the currently, and then when this comes out, we're in the past. But right now
We'll be
we're
in
also in the
past.
future.
Yes.
I'm a 5%.
It's like a Boys to Men album.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just time.
Two thick
A lot
necks
going
wiggling. The one gaze.
Yeah. Do you remember that episode of the Hammerman Christmas when they had Boyz II Men perform Let It Snow?
Let it snow. What was this one? Oh, Hammerman. I don't think so. We might have to watch that on Patreon.
We should have did Christmas in July because there are so many like Christmas things that that like Chris and I were talking about the type of animation we grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking about I came around in the time of claymation.
Oh yeah,
and
Gumby.
I was like, you don't ever see, the closest thing to claymation you'll see now, I guess, would be Robot Chicken-ish, kind of, when they do certain things, but even those are just dolls.
Yeah.
But
I guess some of their things might be claymation, right? But how current are they?
yeah, not all of them. But I just know that there's certain specific types. But I know I was watching Death Robots and whatever the fuck on the Netflix. Every episode is a different type of cinematography or animation or whatever. And in the very first season, they had the animation from the 80s that was real glowy, like it looked like Care Bears.
And Jim.
And I was like, they don't make cartoons like that anymore. I'm like, that is so interesting. How the different types of animation that there are.
Even when I was watching Oliver and Company on the cruise, it just doesn't look like that anymore with the cartoons.
No. No, not at all. Not at all. It was just very, very interesting.
Apparently, a new claymation film came out last year called Memoir of a Snail. From Australia.
But see, sometimes when they be doing claymation now, they be doing it to be artistic
Of course.
and shit.
Yeah, that's like those
You know,
bitches
it
who dress
wasn't
like their name is Winifred, but they was born in 2013. Like they wear little pointy kitten heels and doilies on their collars and shit.
Speaking of which, I didn't know that many black people were into the Gilded Age. Like I didn't know that was like a thing. Like they love the Bridgerton and the Gilded Age.
Well, I know niggas
And I
love
know
the Bridgerton.
Yeah, but niggas love the Gilded Age. I know that they got Felicia Rashad and Audra McDonald on it.
Oh, I love Audra and Felicia, even though she pissed me off for a hot second. But I do love her.
Same. But yeah, but I don't know. You know how I get? I guess stuffy. I don't like things that look like. You know,
your very specific opinions are so fascinating to me. It's always like. I don't like the way that they tip their shoes when they walk.
I found this note while I was cleaning this room, and I was like, notes to tell you, and I found a note where I was supposed to tell you why I hate golf.
Why do you hate golf?
And it's not the fact. What is golf, really?
I agree.
Like, you know what I mean?
I agree. I agree.
Like we're whacking balls on a lawn. You know, there's different like grades of grass.
And before y'all begin, because I know a lot of niggas love golf now. We don't care. We don't.
Save your thumbs. Save your thumbs. Listen.
We don't care.
It's retrograde and you're talking to Earth.
Yeah, so we don't care. Let me just stop you right there. Because I got friends who like golf. My sister likes golf. My niece is in a golf club.
Yeah, and I know I got a homie that is a black golfer. It is cool, but I also, it doesn't stop me from thinking it's a little weird and douchey.
Yeah, and I'm sure they look at our household lawlessly and say, "Why do y'all roll dice in your living room?" So it's mutual.
Yeah, I'm sure, people don't like what I do. I just think we were at the mall one day and, I'm when you become a certain age, you try to figure out what you can wear, like what looks good on you so you don't look like a YN trying too hard.
Yeah.
And you don't want to get into a grandpa stage because I'm not that old.
Right.
So it's very...
Where you start wearing like leather sneakers.
Yeah, and I don't want that. So
damn, Tristan has some leather sneakers.
Athleisure, is kind of the way to go. And so we was looking, and I was looking at the whole golf setup on the mannequin. I was like, they're like, this is like a punchable mannequin.
Yeah, no, very much so.
You know what I mean?
And listen, we're judgmental and nasty, and this has nothing to do with anything that's rooted or based in anything.
Oh yeah. Total para activa.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like total bitch activa.
Very much.
But I own that. Okay.
It is punchable like clothing though. It's it brings out my bully, like my MAGA jumps out,
And what's so funny because this is a golf hat.
Yeah, it is.
But I like it because, it's a bitch hat.
But now you look punchable.
And it's not because, yeah, exactly.
Come here, let me snuff you real quick, nigga.
Yeah, the colors make it punchable. And that's why I got it because I was like, oh, this is
If you
cute.
have on khaki shorts right now, you could literally go play golf right now.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, you could.
I know, and I don't. I have on basketball shorts.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
But still.
That breaks the code.
Oh, yeah. I have to keep up some Negro tradition in this household. You know what I mean?
There's certain types of people in this world, if you think about it. Like, when you think golf, you think it just comes with a certain thing. When you think casino, it comes with a certain thing. Like, there are pockets of people, and they all have stereotypes. Some true, some not.
Yeah, everybody who goes to Reno dresses at from places like Avenue and
like they wear a nasty cheetah print cold shoulder top.
Yeah, or what's the other one? Chico's.
Oh yeah.
Like they love a coral colored poncho and things.
No,
Like,
that
you know
makes
what I mean?
sense. But then there's always caveats to the rule. Like Queen Latifah may put that on, and we all be like, "Yes, Dana, do that shit." Or like Marshawn Lynch might go play golf, and then nothing about him is punchable. So, there's
No, not at
exceptions.
all.
There's exceptions.
But like nothing about him is punchable. But like they wear the shorts and it's like pleated. I also hated pleated pants. I think that's
You think
weird,
Mary
but
J.
that's
Blige
just
plays
me.
golf? What do you think she does for fun? Have we ever thought about that? Like, what is...
that is an interesting question. Like, I don't know. I feel like Mary's a crab leg kind of girl.
She gives me
she's
that.
she's a boat girl.
Yeah.
Like she's like Ashanti.
And she wears the
the
Scully thing that's tied in the back, but the hair is down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that. But what do you think she does on like a Tuesday? Like, what do you think she does?
Yeah, she probably gets something to eat. I feel like she's a cream-based pasta type of girly.
Yeah, Mama's never met a broccoli Alfredo she didn't fuck with.
No, and I feel like she'll drink a wine, preferably her own.
Mm-hmm. I do enjoy orange wine.
She has her own wine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. From Italy.
And then she'll probably watch old joints from the past.
What do you think her favorite TV show is?
Sanford and Son.
Mary loves Sanford and Son. She does. And 227.
Yeah, 227. Because she fucked with Brenda.
Yeah, she fucks with Brenda. Heavy.
And she know. Yeah.
I know she loves a garlic knot.
She know her in real life. Oh, honey.
Baby.
She's never met a garlic knot or a pizza puff she
did not fuck with, okay? I know mama loves a garlic knot.
From the Crown Fries.
Yeah, because it's nostalgic. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody be like, oh, Mary's in the Crown Fry or the Kennedys.
Yeah.
What do you think her favorite movie is?
Crown Fried or a Kennedy's person?
Probably Kennedy's more than Crown Fried.
That's
because I was like, I justified it. I was like, well, they put sazon in the chicken because it's red. So that was my justification for eating Kennedy's.
Yeah, I feel like Kennedy's, but then I realized the Obama's chicken on King's Highway was the best out of all of them.
Well, that's new.
Again, that was all the way on King's Highway.
Right, and that's new. And then once they started changing the names to like Texas chicken, Obama chicken, like I'm not fucking with that anymore.
Yeah, well, that Obama chicken, they changed the name because it was a Kennedy for the longest.
Yeah, so.
And then they changed it to Obama, which was whatever. But yeah.
Have you ever tried the Michelle Obama incense?
Is that what you left at my house?
No. That's sandalwood rose, and that is my favorite.
Oh, sorry, Jay left this.
I left that on purpose.
This thing at my house.
I
smell it all the time.
I was in their house every morning lighting incense and ordering coffee, and I was like, I'm girlifying this shit. I floated around in my caftan, and I smoked all their weed. It was very nigga locks.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Well, by this time,
I was back.
You've already been back.
Yeah, I was back.
Yeah.
And I did the same thing.
Yeah, you did all of that. Mm-hmm. We have a great show for you this week. We have very special guest, Jay Bullock of the Overruled Podcast, to come give us some legal rundown of cases around the country that may anger you,
should
may make you laugh, may make you feel something in your chest, to maybe get active or something. But really great episode coming your way paying bills, right?
Yeah,
That's what
we
I
should
gotta
pay
do.
some bills. Yeah.
Yes. So without further ado, tell a friend that we are available to you here on the main stage each and every week on Fridays. We're back to covering Love After Lockup. So that means the first episode you heard was last week for free on the main stage here. So what we refer to as the main stage. And the rest of the episodes you'll get on Patreon, which you should go subscribe to now at $9.99, $12.99. It's a good time. We're covering Love After Lockup there. We'll be covering Survivor, Australia versus the World, I believe.
Yes, King George and his blue-eyed chaos is back.
Yes, exactly. Real TV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And some more stuff. 1,000-pound roomies. We're covering a lot of great stuff going on to the Patreon. Also, subscribe to us on YouTube. It's free than you and me.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get free 15-minute videos of Love After Lockup, plus whatever else we do. Plus, every week we do Big Brother recaps.
Absolutely.
With Asante, Dr. Kia, and Latoya.
If you are listening to this, never mind. Ignore what I was about to say.
Okay. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Join the Discord. The Agents of Chaos are having a wang dang doodle down there. If by the time you're listening to this, we're on vacation. So, if you're looking for us to talk about current stuff, we're not.
No. This episode's current. It's current. It's past. It's future.
Oh yeah.
It's future.
It encompasses all things.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if anything happened this past week, that Jay, next to you gotta talk about it. Just know that we recorded this a long periodically time ago.
We're in the future. Ooh.
Yeah, we're in the future. We're I forgot the name of Michael J. Fox's name in Back to the Future.
Oh shit. What was his name? I didn't love that movie.
One of our listeners is related to Johnny Mathis. I bring this up because
Really?
Because Michael J. Fox was Family Ties and Johnny Mathis sang theme song to Family Ties. Yeah. Hold on. What did he say to me?
Marty.
Let me look.
Marty. Yeah, Marty. Marty McFly.
So y'all brought up my granny's first cousin, and I'm yelling Johnny Mathis.
What?
And I'm like, Johnny Mathis? You related to Johnny Mathis? He's like, yeah, their dads are brothers. My granny looked just like Johnny Mathis.
Wait, when did we bring up Johnny Mathis?
You, they're listening to old episodes.
Oh,
so
no.
The About That Action episode from I don't know, decades ago. I don't know.
That's such a...
We've done this show every Friday for the last 10 years or plus.
And y'all still listen to it.
Next year will just be the last 10 years of just us two.
And
that's crazy.
And y'all will... And you all continue to listen. We're so absolutely grateful for that.
I know.
So we got a listener who is related to Johnny Mathis, and then we have another listener who's related to, is it Johnny Kemp? Is it Just Got Paid Friday Night?
I thought that was Tatiana Janine. That was related.
That's her. Yeah, that's who I'm talking about. And then me, because look what I found at my grandparents' house on the wall. Remember I told you that?
I don't even know if I want to say that out loud.
I don't think I have. Or maybe if I have, I've said it very quickly in passing.
If you're on the Patreon, you can see
I only let you all see that.
I'm not saying that out loud. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
They said Dianetics was a good thing. That's all I'll say.
They've said a lot of things.
And
their mentor aided and abetted the murder of Malcolm X.
Yeah. Yes. Sure did. But anywho, we have a great show for you coming up next, and we'll see you after this. Bye. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm David Rose. You have a right to feel safe in your own home, to know that if you are the victim of a crime, you'll get a prompt response from police and their best efforts to get justice for you. But in reality right now, do any of us feel safe the way things are going in our state? More and more, we're hearing stories of people taking the law into their own hands.
And we're back. So today we have a very special guest. We have Jay here from the Overruled Podcast. This is very special for me because I have one of my children here.
Come on, Destiny.
Um,
Come on, Destiny.
Yes. Jay came through, the XD, School of Excellence and has produced a wonderful podcast that you can get everywhere. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, anywhere and everywhere. And it's visual. It's a great podcast, especially for us in this time where we're trying to sift through a lot of legal stuff. And it's nice to have somebody who understands that stuff is in the point of view. So
Absolutely.
Yes.
But you could introduce yourself. I'm sorry. But go ahead.
No, it's okay. I understand. Customs, courtesies, protocols, all that. Hey, besties. I'm here. My name's Jay. I just so you have a little bit of background about me, so you can learn to love me even more. I am a military. I'm a military vet. I'm a government insider. I work in corporate tech, in aerospace. I am a multi-degreed maven. Let me say it that way. And I'm working on my doctorate right now. And I am a dues paid member of the Church of Chaos. So I have to say that it is a privilege and honor to be here at COC headquarters.
Yes. We love when you niggas tired. We do.
I dues paid for years pre-pandemic. Okay. So we've been here. Okay. But yeah, I'm really happy to be here and looking forward to getting this show on the road.
Yes.
So Jay has come to us with some cases to go over because Jay has an interesting story, multi-degreed, and is still going through the trenches and doing interesting law stuff currently.
Very
and so he's here to break down some shit that we may or may not have known about. And that we probably should know about.
Yes. And I will say that, because I understand that not everyone is super into the law and people are more likely to care about what they saw in the shade room instead of what's happening on the news. We're going to kind of meet in the middle somewhere. So we're going to tiptoe into these waters and we're just going to see, how deep we get today. But you can come to the Overruled Podcast for more, okay? That was a shameless plug, but I'm going to do it.
That's what you're here for.
That's what I'm here for. Yes, please.
All right, let's get into it.
Okay, so, all right. I'm going to start with something very, very simple here. And I'm going to ask y'all a question before I even get going. So... And it's very present and something that is very important to right now. Do you know what the actual federal minimum wage is?
Now, when I was making
$7.25 maybe.
Great. Okay, both incorrect. So let's just jump right into it. So let's talk about let's talk about economic exploitation. Okay. So in 2025, the federal government has still tipped the minimum wage at or capped the minimum wage at $2.13 an hour.
Wait.
Did you know that?
What?
That's not a typo. I swear to you, that's the actual wage. This wage has not budged since 1991.
When I have a roof over my head, I know when my small necessary bills are paid. Necessary meaning lights, water, gas, insurance, rent. I'm not talking about Netflix or any of those wanted things. Once I have those things taken care of, I have freedom.
You know what? You're
So
absolutely
that's why
correct.
that's why tipping is so.
Because when I worked in
um,
service, we made $2.14 an hour.
Damn. A cent more.
You said $2.14 is what we made, and then we got a dry cleaner fund because you were required to get your apron and your shirt to dry clean. Even though I just got a nice nasty bottle of Niagara Falls, and I would just go to town. I was like, I'm not paying that. Like, I'm pocketing this. But yeah, and then tips. That's crazy. It has not changed?
It has not changed since 1991. So we're looking at this point, 34 years of the federal government specifically keeping it at $2.13. So what does that say about our government?
Wow.
Now, do we really need to, think about what that means? But
I was like, who are you talking to over here?
exactly. I'm saying it for the one in the back that's barely paying attention right now. That's like, wait a minute, what you talking about? So my thing here is, let's talk about who gets hit the hardest, right? So it's women, especially women of color. And over 66% of tipped workers are women. So think about that disadvantage that is just baked into low wages. Many report tolerating harassment or abuse on the job to protect that bare minimum wage in their income. And when you add in, let's say, racial bias, for instance, Black and brown workers make even less in tips. And Jade, I know you can understand that from being in that industry. It's like you have to work twice as hard and you still get pennies on the dollar.
You also have people who don't feel like they need to tip, even though tipping was the origins of it comes from racist origins. Yes, that's exactly it. But you got people who don't want to tip, and then Black people have a bad reputation around tipping, even though everybody Black I know now tips properly. Like everybody I know, everybody I associate with and go out to eat with, they tip properly. But so I hope you niggas who are listening to this and you are one of them 15% ass niggas, like get your lives together. Get it together, because people do it like you the main ones want somebody to run back and forth to the kitchen for honey mustard, fucking ketchup.
Most complicated.
I got a complicated order.
I'd like to sub out. I don't want this. Can I get this instead? And you'd be the main one leaving coins on the fucking table.
Exactly. And you were
I hope
being
you
generous.
feel shamed.
You were being generous saying 15%.
Wait, so Wendy's can pay a worker $2.13 an hour if they so chose to.
Correct, because that's the federal mandate. That's federal law.
Don't states have their own minimum wage standards?
Yeah, they do, but they don't have to abide by higher than $2.13. And that's the thing that's so surprising in 2025. You're thinking about inflation, cost of living, how much it is just for some eggs, and you're getting paid $2 pretty much an hour. And let's just say you have a slow shift at work. You walking out with like maybe $10, $20, $30. Your feet hurt, your back hurt, and you got to buy gas and stuff. Like what is someone supposed to do?
$2.13 an hour at 40 hours a week is $85.20 a week. So a month they would be bringing home $340.80. That's disgusting.
That is
That means
below the poverty line.
everybody should be on public assistance.
This is
And
why I
we
be
know.
screaming about billionaires. This is why I be screaming the fuck about billionaires, because it's nasty work that anybody would make that amount of money. Oh,
You know,
okay.
it's so interesting because,
I'm
you know,
upset.
here in LA, there's been a movement to, and probably major cities, have been a movement to unionize, you know, workers in restaurants. And it's so nasty to see how quickly the businesses will close.
Yes.
Before they even allow any type of union. Like the original Pancake House in downtown Los Angeles is supposed to be like a historical landmark. And then folks were trying to get a union together and they said, oh, no, girl.
It's crazy that an actual employer that's reliant on people for the business to thrive is willing to completely shutter their doors if people are asking for pay equity. They're asking for livable wages, and that's across this country. And $300 some is well below the poverty line as far as a monthly income. So public assistance would absolutely be necessary, but we already know what this government is about, what type of time they on. So they want to keep you down, and they want to like keep their foot on your neck and make you just struggle in perpetuity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. May you all have the days and the lifetimes that you deserve to have. I curse your lineage.
May they always get your order wrong. Always.
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 No, you can't get their order wrong, because then they'll do something else to fuck up your livelihood.
Well, damn, you're
you
right.
can't even bring home that $340 a month.
Yeah,
nasty
you're right.
work. Oh, go to the next one. I'm incensed right now. Go to the next
well, guess what? The fun is just starting, my friend.
Oh, chaos is here.
Chaos is here. And
this really pulling back the foreskin of America is rough.
Big G.
Okay,
Just
episode title. The foreskin of America.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
We call this America's Bris.
Oh, God. I hear this.
Let me roll up another one. Okay, I'm here to listen.
Okay. We're going to go a little bit deeper now. If you were incensed by that one, Jade and anyone listening, let's talk about evictions or tenant blacklisting, which is something that's very prevalent. So,
yes,
go
on. Go no. Go on. I have personal experience about tenant blacklisting, but go on.
Okay, all right. So, imagine getting sued for eviction, fighting back, and winning in court, only to find out that your victory in court means nothing to the next landlord that you have. And that's because even if you win your eviction case, something happens to you and you can prove it beyond a reasonable doubt, the courts agreed, the lawsuit that happened in the first place still shows up in rental databases. So it's still a mark. It is a mark against you, essentially, and companies will then flag you as high risk from then on out, no matter what the judgment in the case was. So go ahead, XD.
So, like when I was living in New York and I was working the housing crisis, and so when we had to like rent out apartments to like do the affordable side and stuff, you had to run their credit and their criminal background check or whatever the fuck, right? So whenever they had a rental case that came up, immediate rejection through what's those services like Real Page and stuff, immediate rejection. And so they'd have to like appeal, because that's what, you know, New York City gives them an appeal process to like prove like, you know, this is erroneous or whatever the fuck. The problem is that it would be a lottery system. So like by the time you've rejected somebody for that, you've approved somebody for somebody else. But by the time they have approved their appeal, then you got to tell somebody else that, oh no, you don't have this apartment anymore because somebody, got their appeal approved, so therefore they come ahead of you. It's really a messy situation.
It is.
You
It's
know who's
super
at fault. You
messy.
know who's at fault.
Tell us.
It's the diabetes
Well,
people.
we can't. Well,
Grape
it
juice,
is a
apple juice,
specific,
cranberry juice,
a specific group
papaya
of people
juice,
Mm-hmm.
mango juice.
who
Fill in the blank.
abused the system in New York City
Oh,
and still continue to do so.
I don't want to get canceled on my first appearance on this show,
Yeah.
so I'm just going to say, yep.
It's okay. We can say it.
Yep, exactly. That's why we love y'all. I want to add here.
I've been tightroping that line for a while now.
and that's another reason why we love y'all. It's just, one word away from going into the pit of oblivion. It is it is what it is.
Whether you're high or low. Yes, exactly that.
So with this kind of understanding, know that these records, these kind of red flags that are on any applicant's history, they can haunt someone for at least 7 years. So
the credit until it falls off the credit.
It's just like, when someone files for a bankruptcy
and it doesn't always fall off. You have to contact.
You gotta. That's another thing. Yeah, just so you niggas know, when y'all start, sitting your time for 7 years instead of, taking care of it. No judges. You have to do the work once that 7 years is up. You have to contact all 3 credit bureaus. You've got to write letters. Like, there are things you have to do in order to get that stuff actually off of your report. So just keep that in mind. Yeah. Your cousin is telling you that she'll repair your credit. That's generally what she's doing. So
I felt like someone just caught a stray right there. They're like, "Ooh,
you know what?" That's
one of my cousins. She's like, "Hey, bitch! I asked you if I come on your show and promote my credit repair."
And you know what's so funny? I went through like a credit repair service, and it worked for a while until I actually learned what was happening, and I was like, "Oh, I could have did this myself."
Yeah.
But they wanna be professional. They wanna give you the experience, and they may be on the path to becoming a notary public. Who knows?
So anybody could do anything themselves. It's just if they want to hire somebody to do it, then go ahead.
Exactly.
I'm about to become a notary as an old lady.
I thought about that too. I want to be a mobile notary.
I'd like to be a notary, and I'd like to play a evil queen at Disney World. Like, those are my 2. Maybe a Ursula too. Like, that's my 3 times retirement plan.
So be like Ursula by Jay, Notary Public on Wheels by Night.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you niggas are always going to need something stamped and certified. So I carry that with me at all times. Okay. Exactly. Especially Disney.
Well, those terms and conditions many of us agree to without even reading them? Disney is trying to use them to fend off a wrongful death lawsuit. A man in New York is suing the company after his wife suffered a deadly allergic reaction at a restaurant at Disney World. But Disney, for its part, is saying he cannot sue because he agreed to arbitrate any disputes with the company when he signed up for a free trial of Disney Plus in 2019.
So, I'm just a one-stop shop, truth be told. I might carry some cold cups too.
T-Bana, I see that for you.
I do too, actually. I feel like it's a very viable path. Should everything else go downhill, wow, you've got something to fall back on.
Three things, honestly, right there. Right there. And I'll work at Trader Joe's.
Yes, well, they will pay more than the minimum wage.
Exactly. And they might give me benefits.
And yes.
And my Trader Jose's for 15% off.
It's very... Go ahead, XE. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, let's take a break.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And we'll be back with more Jada NXT with Jay. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Michael Wilson is frustrated for several reasons. His wife's car now has deep scratches carved into the paint. It was trashed by thieves when it was stolen right out of their driveway in Puyallup on October 13th.
Obviously, they were doing drugs. They tore my back seat.
But that's not the only reason they reached out to me for help.
And we're black.
Harold.
We're going through, America's Bris, apparently. we're behind, all that jazz.
I love that for us.
That's a title that won't get us canceled.
Nope.
Absolutely.
I'm just a messenger here, so I'm just dropping in,
Yes.
That's it.
No, you're a
what
part.
else you got, Jay?
So
Yes, you are accomplice in this whole shebang.
you know what?
I'm snitching, nigga. I'm sorry.
So something we were just kind of talking about a little bit. It's like, okay, benefits. It was a great segue. I was like, come on, Jade. You must have been, looking at all the things I wrote down. But let's talk about gig workers, okay? So, and that's a lot of people that's literally all of us here. That's people that are listening. There's so many people that do gig work in some capacity if they're working for themselves. Mm-hmm. So, of course, the central point of it is to be your own boss, have your own hours, make your money your way. Now, I'm going to bring this home to California specifically because, hey, we're Californians over here, XD and I at least. Jade, you're on the East Coast over there. But,
fully
but Prop 22 that was passed in California, it allowed Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, and all of these other major gig type employers. It allowed them to classify drivers as independent contractors. And as a result of that means that those independent contractors do not have access to health insurance, sick leave, and they cannot file for unemployment. So, and just to add a little, add 10 on 20 of the situation, these companies, they poured over $200 million into this effort in lobbying to make sure that they were able to get these designations.
Let me tell you something. There's a special fucking place in hell for lobbyists. I'm telling you. There is a special fucking. There is a cozy. What is that? What's that shit you all wanted to watch at the Beyonce concert in? A suite. There's a suite in hell specifically designed for lobbyists. I hope it is designed in the right way because those are some evil, nasty motherfuckers. That's the main reason we don't have gun control in this country. I'm sorry. Carry on. I'm just going to get on with righteous indignation.
You hitting the point.
Today, he's a symbol of how money corrupts Washington. In our interview tonight, he opens up his playbook for the first time and explains exactly how he used his clients' money to buy powerful friends and influence legislation.
It's so interesting that, lobbyists, lobbying would be illegal in any other country. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's because it's always so interesting when you hear or watch the news or read the news. It's like they funneled so much money into these campaigns and these people are just going up to schmooze with representatives such and such and who's and what's. It's all literally just patting them on the back like, I'm going to give you money so you can have this stupid fucking boat in Boca.
Yeah.
So you make sure that you don't pass this law. Mm-hmm.
And you know what? This is a good point to mention that, okay, so we know once you become an independent contractor with one of these various companies, if not all of them, because many people have multiple gigs that they're doing. Like, think about the hourly rates, probably anywhere between $7 to maybe $12, $13 across the U.S. I'll focus specifically on California again, since that's what I was talking about. Mm-hmm. Like, it's between $7 and $11 typically in California. So because they are not considered employees by the company, fully. They, like the employees themselves, they can't even unionize. They can't do collective bargaining. They can't protest and galvanize because they are completely stripped of any sort of buy-in with the company. And that, to me, is the biggest disservice because all of these people absolutely just want to do their job. Well, some of them, they want to steal your food and not deliver it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, most of them, they want to do their jobs. And we have people that can't even speak up and say, hey, we would like to have health insurance access, please. Damn.
Well, I have Uber drivers or Lyft drivers. I don't use Uber. Cause fuck y'all. I hate Uber. But anyway, that's why I got a Google number so I could get your food when I needed to get it if there was a specific place I wanted to eat from, you bitches. But
I didn't mean to trigger you, Jade, on that one. My bad.
No, you're fine. Everything triggers me. Lyft drivers, I've had plenty of conversations with them where some of them will start driving at 4:30 in the morning and they're driving until midnight. Yes. And you mean to tell me that there's no way for you to get any health coverage for yourself because the company specifically set itself up legally to make sure that you cannot get health coverage through them? That's just nasty work.
That would be correct.
Word.
Very nasty word. But it's about the bottom line for these companies, right? That's what they care about. And here we are struggling. But we can understand that that's what America at this point, that's what they are priding themselves on, keeping everybody down.
America's a business.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
America is a business and nothing else.
And Beyonce said it best. America has a problem. So we absolutely, see, there you go. Exactly.
Queen, then why stop selling hoodies for $150? I love you, sister. No. Because listen here. I guarantee you, if we got our black asses on this internet and sold hoodies for $150, you niggas would do nothing but complain.
Absolutely. They would ask for a sale, a 50% off, a 75% off, free shipping. They want it all.
Exactly. I'm like, who the fuck do they think they are to have $150 hoodie?
It was like Cowboy Carter. It was like, oh, I want the hoodie. And typically, let me tell y'all, this is a random side note. When I'm working on podcasts, typically I am in that oversized hoodie with the hood on. And I'm like, with my MacBook. And I'm like, bitch, I got work to do. And if you feel connected to Beyonce even more, because that's how she gets down, you know? So, yeah.
I will let you have all of that.
And I thank you.
Yeah.
And I thank you.
Yeah.
And I thank you.
Did I buy that fucking Cowboy Carter blue hoodie at the show? Yes, I did.
See?
Because I was cold. But but it doesn't mean, it's not going to stop me from complaining about capitalism.
Hot kettle lacquer. Okay?
Yeah. No. Tip me over. I'm Mrs. Potts, nigga, with cast iron. It's all good.
Oh, boy.
Okay. So.
What's next?
Yeah, this one, okay. I'm just going to go ahead and talk about it because I know this one's going to have some thoughts. So we're going to go and talk about another outdated law. You know, we started with something that was back in 1991. Let's talk about the criminalization of HIV. So in more than 30 states, this is very important to hear and understand, y'all. It is still a felony to not disclose your HIV status to a partner, even if, because some people will already be like, well, duh, but even if you're undetectable, using protection, and pose zero health risk or any risk of transmission. In some states, you don't even need intent. You don't need the transmission to even happen. Just knowing that someone's positive, that's it. And if you're bitter, if you're petty, you can literally hold that against someone and ruin their life.
Yeah,
so
that's nasty.
Yes, and black.
You know.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, and black people account for over 40% of people that live with HIV in the U.S. and are overrepresented in prosecutions under this specific law.
Right. So I was going to say that I had saw a case like this on Law or one of them things on YouTube, and it was like this white man was upset that his ex was moved on to somebody new and used that as a defense that he didn't know, and then he got charged. I forget what the criminal charges. But yeah, and I forget if I don't know if he served time or not. I don't recall. But I was just thinking, I'm like, that's fucking nuts, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, and I believe the gentleman was undetectable. And if you don't know what that means, you all, if you have HIV and you're taking your meds regularly, hopefully you become undetectable. And when you're undetectable, you're not able to transfer the virus.
Right.
So you're able to lead a wonderful and happy life.
Right. It means that you have a zero viral load, as they would say. So you can't transmit.
Some of the charges, because it can range apparently depending upon where you are and so forth.
Yeah.
Can go anywhere from reckless endangerment to aggravated assault, and in some cases, attempted murder, which is that's very extreme.
That's so extreme.
It's so extreme.
And this dates back, I didn't say the year. This dates back to 1985.
40 years.
40 years.
That makes sense.
40 years.
I'm not surprised.
That makes perfect sense, actually. I was wondering which which year of the 80s you were getting ready to say that this was. And I know that there are some folks listening to this who at the start of this when you were talking about this, were like, okay, yeah, you should have to disclose your status.
Right.
When it becomes and that I think that might be a nuanced conversation, right? But when it comes to a point where you can use that against somebody, like you said, in a manner that is where it is not true, and you can use it against them, that makes it extremely dangerous, and just as dangerous as somebody not disclosing their and not being, and being detectable. Like that is extremely dangerous. You're taking years off of their life and away from them, off of your own vengeful spirit. So,
and let's not forget the trauma that comes from being diagnosed in the first place, because you may not even know. Some people don't know the circumstances. Some people really went through a major traumatic event that led to them having the disease. And it's like, wait, we're completely ignoring all of that and penalizing.
Some people are born with the virus, So
exactly.
It's the same. It's just as nuanced as abortion. Right? Yeah. Not everybody is just out here fucking all willy-nilly, not giving a fuck and then saying, all right, well, if I have a baby, I'm just going to kill it. Like, that's not what, there are many circumstances as to how people can get pregnant. And so it's the same way with contracting the virus. There's many ways people can contract. And like you say, it could be very traumatic. I don't like that either. But you also know why that law is that law, because who are they primarily trying to target? It's always about who the ultimate target is. That's like the bottom line.
In Ohio, failing to disclose your HIV status to a sexual partner is a felony and could earn the violator up to 8 years in prison.
And now some are trying to change Ohio law, reducing that felony charge to a misdemeanor.
That's the through line for all of these. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's why I always, especially with the arguments about ICE and Palestine and from our community, and then some who are like, well, they never did anything for us. Well, that's their problem, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, as you can see, this stuff has already been happening to us, just in different forms.
Yep.
Y'all
got to
work that. Absolutely.
So let's not oppress, do the oppression Olympics, because, we're all in this fight.
Oh, I was very disappointed in several of us during that Starbucks, during that resurgence, when Kamala didn't win. And it was like, I'm just going to drink Starbucks again. All right, well, fuck them. I'm just going to drink Starbucks. First of all, they have done things for us. There have been fights for years where they have been interconnected traumas of both cultures. We know that our military and their military and many of our police forces are all one big cyclical fuck ring. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to talk about a freak off? That's the ultimate fucking freak
And
off.
confirm.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm going to take this in another direction. Moving right along, Jay.
Listen, I'm here for it because I can speak to it as well. Like, I understand being in the military for 13 years. I understand it. And there's a lot of shit that happens that people skirt under the rug because it's really one big gang. The government is one big gang. Who do you know? How can you get through? How can you get off on something? So that is a story for another time.
May I ask you though? I'm just curious. How did you join? Like, what was your reason for joining the military? This is not a judgmental question. I'm curious.
Oh, no. I'll definitely tell you. So the reason why I joined the military initially was because I was like, I want to be a military lawyer. Like, I really want to be able to help people in the uniform that encounter all of these wild circumstances and or hold them accountable. I'm not too good for either. But then I realized, wait a minute, this ain't hitting the way that I want. So I then plotted a mission to get every single thing I could from the military. So every degree I've had that I've earned, they've paid for. I've gotten, opportunities to really, experience different areas of the world and have been able to build on that. So it's like, there's a tax that you pay being a military member, but if you're smart, then you're like, okay, what can I get out of these people? Or this institution, because I'm going to set my life up for success because they don't give a fuck about me at the end of the day. I'm just a body. So I focused, I shifted the perspective, and ever since then, I've just been like, what can I get out of y'all? Y'all paying for this, y'all paying for that. They're paying for my doctorate as well.
Question for you.
Yeah.
I used to work at Foot Action. We've talked about this a lot on the show. I used to work at Foot Action and Express Men at the same time.
Yes, you did.
And the recruits would only come to Foot Action. They'd never come to Express Men.
That's homophobic.
What it's phobic in so many ways with so many
It's
prefixes.
definitely homophobic. I can feel it. I can feel homophobia.
It's homophobic. It's negrophobic. It's Puerto Rico-phobic. It's so many things.
Phobic of choice. Yeah.
I don't know. Obviously, there's so many different divisions, right? So we know that. But what can you speak to anything as it pertains to the recruiting in the military? Because it is targeted. So just wondering, as somebody who's been on the inside, what your thoughts are.
Yeah, it is targeted. And in one lane, it's great that it's targeted because it allows people to have access that they may not have any sort of traditional exposure to. But the problem, as soon as you get over that, is that then it can shift to another lane, which becomes predatory. And it becomes, I'm trying to think of a nicer word.
That's okay.
No,
it becomes a little bit, I'll leave it predatory to where people are coming after communities they know have nothing.
And that they've set up to be disenfranchised.
Correct.
Exactly.
The wars in Iraq and Afghanistan have the U.S. military stretched thin, with many servicemen and women going back for multiple tours. That makes signing up new recruits even more critical. And an exclusive investigation by CBS affiliate KHOU in Houston reveals some recruiters have resorted to bullying tactics in order to keep their numbers up.
And then they're like, you can come in, we'll take care of you. We'll give you this. We'll give you, all of these bells and whistles. But at the end of the day, there's still, like I said before, there's a tax that you pay as the military member. And most of us leave the military with some sort of trauma attached to us, whether it's PTSD, you know, anxiety, depression, so many things. All of those things I've experienced, and I'm not ashamed to say that. And it was by part because of the military. And the last thing I'll mention that the military is really good at is they're very strategic in how they condition people to come into the military so that they feel like leaving is the end of the world. Like the military is your life. So you're not going to be able to get the success you want if you leave the military. You're not going to be able to have stability like you think you will if you leave the military. All of these things are seeds planted from the moment a recruiter has a conversation with someone that's interested and they go to boot camp. From that moment on, there's this full like trajectory. It's like they have a plan, a game plan to do this. And yeah, it's fucked. But you know, that's when you have to get smart. And many of us that are and have been in the military, that's what we do. We get strategic and we say, what can I get out of y'all? And then I'm just gonna bounce.
Thank you for answering that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. I know that there are many military listeners. So I know that they can resonate with that. And I'm sure they have their own stories to share too. But yeah, I love talking about my experience because it's something that changed my life for good and for bad. Like I had to learn how to be my own person again outside of the military. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's take a break.
Yeah.
And we'll be back
that's good.
with more. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Michael says he didn't know if the suspects were armed, but he wasn't taking any chances. He grabbed his gun.
I immediately used my Second Amendment rights to have them leave my vehicle.
It worked. The suspects both took off.
We waited for an hour to see if the cops would come.
And we're back. We're here with Jay, chatting about legal shit and more shit.
Yeah.
What's next on the docket?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, so all right. I know. We've talked about some very incendiary topics already, but let's talk about talk about polarizing. Yes, to say the least. Let's talk about how you could lose your housing because of what someone else did that you're related to or no. So let's say, okay, so I'm going to paint the picture for you. So let's say you're in some sort of public housing, okay? You follow the rules, you do everything you're supposed to do in order to have that space. But let's say your cousin, they get arrested for something a couple blocks away, and as a result, then you can become evicted from your property, from your space. Let me say that, not your property, because you don't own it. It's public housing. So this is a part of what they call crime-free housing. And these rules are established to allow for evictions of any criminal activity involving a tenant, household member, or even a guest, regardless of if there is a conviction involved. Arrests are enough. So go ahead.
Walk me through this.
So this is a leftover part from the war on drugs era, if y'all can recall. Okay?
Economics.
And that disproportionately affected Black and brown families who relied on public housing and public support or housing support to survive in general. So I'll give you something for relevancy because, we can be like, oh, is that still happening? Yes, it is still happening. In 2022, just 3 years ago, a grandmother in Pennsylvania lost her home because her grandson, not even living with her, was arrested nearby.
Wanda Coleman moved into public housing 25 years ago. Now, she and her 19-year-old daughter are about to be evicted, partly for her son's crimes. Coleman, who wears a mask for severe asthma, says it's not fair.
It's very hard.
Google it. That's all I'm saying.
Where was this?
Pennsylvania. Yeah, the 2022 case involving a grandmother of all people, like not doing anything at all, but her grandson fucked the game up, and as a result, she lost her home.
And he wasn't on the lease?
No,
Because
not
it
at
was
all.
because it was in
Proximity, exactly, because it was nearby.
Holy mother.
And you have to wonder a couple of things, right? Like, who's keeping track of that? Like, how are people going that deep into the weeds to find like who's your next of kin? Which probably was the situation.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Oh, you got it.
No, as I'm looking for this, another case comes up.
Yeah.
In 2002, grandmother Pearlie Rucker came to the brink of eviction because her developmentally disabled daughter was caught smoking crack 3 blocks away. No, this is why I didn't want...
Come on, work through it.
Xavier Delow. Xavier Delow. Xavier Delow. Xavier
Here's the
Delow.
thing. That is such a jarring title. That is such a like... That was a shock to the core. You know what I mean? Like, how could I not have that?
I knew as soon as I started reading it, I was like, he's about to be a fucking problem.
I'm just going to drink no water.
I'm not saying anything.
You didn't say anything.
I'm not saying anything. It's just...
It wasn't.
You didn't have to say anything.
You said everything.
You said everything.
I know that I'm not the only one that reacted that way. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah.
But wait,
So
that's nuts though.
but
Wait, no, this
that's-
bitch starts.
that's
This bitch
wild.
picks up the pipe, and I'm about to lose my crib.
And you out of your shit.
No, now I'm going to prison because I'm gonna secure housing in some way. Like,
well, you might see her in prison
Yeah.
because both y'all gonna be locked up.
I don't know how long.
Like, I'm not crack affiliated or anything.
Hello.
But this little heifer that I may or may not be related to is smoking crack in the hallway.
Right.
While I'm
Down
watching
the
my
block,
stories, and I'm held liable.
Yes.
They watching The Bold and the Beautiful, and then family.
No, y'all got to give me a reason to
No.
evict me, because otherwise, or I'll give y'all a reason to evict me. That's
No,
fine.
fuck that. I'm shooting this bitch. No.
Yeah.
No, fuck that.
That's the ghetto. I have to say that is the ghetto. Right there. Like, what are we doing? Like,
No, I'm sorry. I went full American. I like.
You good?
I'm
You good?
Nah.
So
Okay.
you know what?
That's fucked up.
This is a great segue into, because we're talking about grandma. You know, I'm gonna pull from grandma and her plight. So let's talk about Medicaid. Okay, something that has been very wow. I love the reactions I'm already getting.
Yeah.
So okay, let's say you finally get the help you need paying for nursing home care through Medicaid, which is literally one of the key things that Medicaid is established for. Let's say, unfortunately, this person, grandma passes away. The kids are grieving. Everybody's just like down and out. They at the repass and they're just filling away. And then here comes the state. And the state comes to you and your family with a bill. So instead of giving condolences, they're requesting payment. And this is under the Medicaid Estate Recovery Act, which states that literally the state, the government, can seize homes or assets from deceased Medicaid recipients to repay the cost of the care provided. So it is inevitably depriving those families that are grieving, not only from grieving, but from whatever generational wealth that they had when their grandma, back to the top of it, passed away and had a house. That house is now, it can be co-opted, commandeered by the state to repay for that Medicaid she was getting while she was in hospice care or getting any sort of nursing care. In 28, I'm going to give you more. Hold on.
Okay.
In over 28 states, this act, this law currently exists and is being acted on. Now, I'm going to come back to California because, listen, nobody's safe. No state is safe. In 2023, California alone recovered $93 million from estates of minority communities. Most of those minority communities were low-income families of color, of course. So the state is literally coming in and taking your family's generational wealth from you.
That's not even federal.
Meanwhile, the rich are passing down the trust funds. The poor are inevitably passing down liens and bills that they have zero control over. And they don't even know that that's going to be the case.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know about this one. So I really would recommend looking up the Medicaid Estate Recovery Act because
No, that is super important to know.
Our next story is about Medicaid. The government health insurance program recently expanded to millions of Americans. Although often considered free health insurance for the poor, federal law requires Medicaid to charge recipients for certain services, and they are sometimes billed after they die.
Even on a personal note, that's super important to know.
Yeah.
That fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And I think it makes it very difficult to have hope.
Correct.
For anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because
it's like, damn, I'm getting fucked every which way.
And
I'm like, when do I get a break?
from beyond the grave,
reprieve?
essentially.
Yeah.
Because think about
every
all of our families, particularly minority families, we all really focus in on creating generational wealth for the future. So if your grandmother, grandfather, mother, father, whomever had property and worked their butt off, worked their ass off for that, and wanted to pass that down, but also received the benefits from the government that they were not able to pay under Medicaid, that entire thing is being snatched the fuck up. And the horns agree. Okay?
Yeah.
They're like, that's some bullshit.
And I'm not surprised by California because California voted to keep slavery legal. So
Yeah.
And
they definitely not as liberal as they like to say they are.
Yeah. I will say that it was the wording was a little difficult to understand on the ballot.
Intentionally so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Intentionally so. That was on purpose.
But there is a conversation to be had about elder care, right? Because as we all grow older, I think the elder population is going to grow a lot older than what we've ever imagined.
Yep.
And so I can imagine hearing these things happening way more often than not. Where's the lobbyists that do good things, to get this shit taken out? Because that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
How do you expect people who are on Medicaid don't have that money to repay?
Exactly. So it's already a gift if they have some sort of property that was
right,
because
they were able to purchase it at a time when stuff cost a certain amount.
Buy homes from Sears for $900
or for easy payments.
Right, because everything was a living wage or we could afford things because they weren't astronomical.
Yeah.
That's really fucked up.
Yeah, it is. So that's why I feel like if you have, elders in your life, please get hip on what this law really reflects, because you need to know that all of these laws, all of these things that I've mentioned, they impact every single one of us in some form or fashion, whether it's direct or indirect, So
What's
the smarter we
crazy?
are.
We have to, because they intentionally try to fuck us over in this country specifically. We have to work with the people who have worked on the wrong side of things to understand how stuff works from the inside. So my grandmother passed away a week ago, and my grandfather is still living, but he's in his 80s, so that's time is borrowed at this point. And I'm gonna need to. We're talking to attorneys right now, and I'm gonna need to figure out the things that I need to talk to them about. And one of this is due to a medical malpractice, so then that's another element we have to handle after. And we're working with a lady who used to be the person who worked on objecting all of the medical malpractice suits in order to know the things how we need to fight. And it's fucked up that you have to do that.
Yeah.
It's fucked up that you have to do that.
You have to know someone that has experience from being on the inside that can then use that for the common person's defense and betterment. And that's how I look at everything that I do, even, on my end.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for your loss. So sorry to hear it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yep.
It's all of it is fucked up. And it's more fucked up because a lot of these people were brought into the world to intentionally fuck with us. Like they had their children so that they could pass their nasty, evil legacies down. And those legacies are to continue to find ways to fuck us over. And the fact that we're always fighting against that as a monster is rotten within itself. So may you all have the days you deserve. I curse all your lineages.
Ooh, I second that motion.
Yes. All right.
Let's take one more break and
on a very
let's take one final break and we'll be back with more. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
So what can you do? Steve Strand says work with your elected city leaders, your county council, your mayor, your county executive, or your sheriff, and push for the resources needed to bring up policing levels in our state.
This feels like one of those very special episodes that would be on TV. It's a very special episode. We're talking about heavy stuff. Like, we really want to drive a point home. Yeah, that's what this feels
Too bad
like.
They can't put me on TV because I said it. That's fucked up at least 27 times in this episode.
Put it on Max.
Put it on the Max, exactly.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Stars.
Like, does that bitch have a vocabulary? No, because this is just fucked up.
So if that's the case, then the last two, you're gonna say that 10 times over, but I'll save that.
I was gonna ask, how many more do you have?
I only have 2 more, and I can only do 1 more. It's fine. Like, I just have a list, so you guys tell me.
Do 2 more, and then we can wrap it up from there. Okay. And we're back. What you got next?
Okay, so I'm just gonna keep it cute with these last 2 that I have for y'all today.
Cute.
Yeah, and you can take that however you want, however you want. But let's talk about an issue that is without question plaguing the United States, like at very noticeable levels here. We're talking about houselessness, homelessness, all of these things. More importantly, how the United States has criminalized and pushed to criminalize homelessness through loitering laws. So across 187 US cities, it is illegal to sleep outside, rest in public, or even sit still too long and look too cozy in some areas. They call it loitering, which we've all seen those loitering signs, or urban camping is what they also like to call it. For some people, it is genuinely survival because they have nowhere else to go and shelters are full. So you have fines, arrests, and jail time are all like on the docket for anyone that is houseless. These laws don't solve homelessness or houselessness at all. The only thing that these laws are doing are basically taking people and relocating them.
Legal slavery.
Typically to jail. So exactly, legal slavery, because that, to your point, I'm glad you said that. In jail, that is typically the final frontier. That's like the Bowser level of slavery in the United States, because you can justifiably be either underpaid or not paid at all and do grueling labor day in, day out. And yes, there's an argument. I get both sides. You know, people say, well, these people deserve to be, you know, behind bars, slave and this, that, and the other because they, you know, obliterated a family or they, you know, scammed somebody out of millions of dollars. But the other side is the human side, right? And it's like we have to think about morally what is okay, and to have people basically in indentured servitude behind bars. And to say it's because, not even because of those things, but going back to houselessness, because they're out on the street, what are we doing? How are we solving problems here?
Well, they're not trying to.
Right.
No, not at all.
No, right. Look at those firefighters in California that were literally putting out the fires of $1 million homes for $5 a day, some crazy shit like that.
Well, it's not just professional firefighters and emergency responders fighting these blazes. Right now, more than 1,000 inmates are on the ground in Southern California, also trying to put out these flames. The California Department of Corrections tells us they're part of the Conservation Fire Camp program, where incarcerated people are right now actively embedded with Cal Fire.
Something ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, the license plate jokes for years that we always get, but there's so much labor that comes from the prison system. So yeah, they're just trying to recruit people so that they can house them in prison and they can perform extremely cheap labor.
And typically these prisons, most prisons, and a lot of people don't know this, I encourage everyone to do some Googling on this as well. I talk about it in a future episode of Overruled. We literally see that most prisons have shifted to being for-profit. They're privatized.
Yep.
And so what that means is that a lot of white people, essentially, are just making boatloads. I mean, in certain instances, certain companies are making billions of dollars a year off of the privatization of prisons because each person is a line item. Each thing that goes into that prison is expensed. And those people behind bars have zero rights.
They also, a lot of these privatized prison systems are tied in with the same companies that own charter schools. And they literally start documenting these kids from early. And they're not documenting their grades. They're not really worried about those. They're worried about other numbers to see what the percentages are going to be for their prison systems later. It's a very sick, nasty cycle.
It's a pipeline.
Yeah, it's a pipeline for sure. The silver teeth to prison pipeline.
I was going to say it.
That is what it is.
It's a prison pipeline. It's very
silver
coded,
teeth to prison pipeline.
just so we can have some, you know what? Yes, I'll say that. Just so you all can feel like things are actually happening when it comes to this houselessness, the prison system issues, all of that. The Supreme Court is currently weighing. Thank you. Great response. That's what I was looking for. The Supreme Court is currently weighing whether it's constitutional to fine people for sleeping outdoors when no shelter is available or they're just down on their luck. Essentially.
Because that's a debatable question. What the fuck? Clarence Thomas.
Exactly. And this conservative ass Supreme Court that has just been bending over backwards to do everything for this administration, you have to wonder, is there anything that's going to be fruitful that comes from this? I can tell you now, the answer is more than likely a resounding no.
I pray the souls of those on the Supreme Court, minus Kenji. I'm going to go ahead and let her rock.
Yeah, she's not problematic.
Nah, but the rest of them, I hope that their souls are forever fucked by a nigga named Jerome who only uses spit.
And has dick cheese.
Oh my God.
Every day.
Every day.
All day.
Every day. Oof. That is a nasty life. And that's nasty work.
Yeah, exactly. Just spit. Criminal.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It feels like I can't. Okay. So I'm gonna go to I'm gonna make the last one as juicy as I can. Because God. Okay. All right.
America's fucked up, I gotta tell you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. In case anyone listening didn't know.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome to it.
Yeah. That's why I went ahead and we went to Forgo News this week. You can go read on your own. I implore you to, but I also, oh my God damn.
Reading is truly fundamental. So we need to have everyone doing their part and being a part of the solution and not the problem. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
So, okay, this last one that I'm going to do. For now. Okay. So we're going to talk about the gay and trans panic defense. Okay. So some of you may have heard of this back in like the early 80s, 90s, early 2000s. But I want to, bring this to the forefront because it's actually still on the books right now. It is still legal in over 30 states in the United States to claim you committed violence against someone because you, quote, panicked upon learning about their sexuality or their gender. So it's something that the courts actually will accept as a full-on defense, and you can claim it. It was used.
Wait.
You talking about this? Wait, hold on. This phobic ass, weak ass, stand your ground ass law. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah. So this is essentially. So essentially, you can.
Yes.
It's a justifiable crime of defense if you, unbeknownst to you, someone came out to you and you like hit them or whatever the fuck, and so you panic.
If someone, there was a very. What was that?
Or even shot them.
Yeah, or even shot them. Like it was used many times over in the last couple of decades. But one in particular I want to highlight is back in 2002, there was a murder trial for Gwen Araujo. I'm saying that probably not fully properly, but this was a transgender teen. And that person was ultimately harmed because someone found out about their gender identity and felt misled. This is actually happened on, I can't remember, I don't have it in front of me right now, but there was a TV show. I don't know if it was Jenny or Ricky.
Yes, it was Jenny Jones.
Yes. And okay, you know what I'm talking about, XT. Go ahead.
Yeah, so there was an episode of Jenny Jones where a gentleman brought on his homie and came out to him and was like, I'm in love with you. And the guy was like,
yeah.
oh yeah, I'm not gay, bro.
Yep.
Yeah. And then
killed
like
him.
shot
The
him
guy
later,
was
right?
like,
He killed him.
yeah, and killed him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because he was
Yeah.
And killed
embarrassed
him.
at
Yeah.
being put on blast like that. And yeah, it's literally stand your ground, but make it phobic.
Make it phobic. Yeah. Stand your ground, but make it phobic.
Period.
People in the live studio audience howled with laughter at the time. A secret gay crush revealed on the Jenny Jones show. But the joke was short-lived. 3 days later, it ended in murder. And on Tuesday, the man who pulled the trigger walked out of jail a free man.
Yeah.
And you niggas wonder, because, there's still black people. There's still people in our community. I only talk to black people, really. So that's why I say that. But there's still many of us who have really hateful transphobic views. Homophobic, too. Homophobic and transphobic views. And you think that they're not harmful because they're just your views or they're Bible-based or whatever the case is. And what keeps trying to be presented to you time and time and time of fucking again is when you keep spewing your nasty fucking views for people to hear, it continues to justify behavior like this, which continues to kill the community. So that is why you are harmful and you are dangerous, and why this sort of verbiage is harmful and it's dangerous, because laws like this are allowed to be so that you all can continue to be hateful.
This is the 2025 of things. We're still having to wonder if we're a member of the queer community, any of the letters, if our life is on the line just for expressing what our identity is. It is very troubling. And it speaks to the greater issue that this country does not care about equality across the board. It's not the core tenet that the founding fathers claimed for it to be, because we're still fighting just to exist, either racially speaking or gender expression or sexuality. All these different intersections are still under threat, and you can be killed or seriously harmed for any of those things that I just mentioned.
May the founding fathers also be having the day they deserve in hell, because y'all genocided for all of these rights in the first fucking place. Y'all killed these people with blankets and food and white charm, and you never stood on scruples. You never stood on scruples. So I pray that your souls are being stung by 1,000 bees in 1,000 seconds.
And you're allergic to them. It's just like you have an allergy to bees and you get 1,000 bee stings. Bitch, you're done for.
In a mosquito-infested swamp of hell is what I wish for.
Oof.
Oh boy.
I'm out.
Well, Jay, thank you for coming on with us today.
Yes, thank you for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity to share some of these very important laws with both of you and the rest of the larger church of chaos, all of the folks that are listening. Really appreciate it. And I hope that this has intrigued you enough to do research for yourself so you can get smart, and that it has motivated you to come check out my podcast, which comes out weekly every Monday. So I'm not competing with any of the other girls that are out there. Don't worry. You can listen to me on Monday. And we cover a whole battery of topics. And this is just scratching the surface across many different types of law that people do not have a lot of familiarity with. And I'm chronicling my law school experience at the same time to give you guys law school for free. So I'm carrying the brunt, but I'm a water it down, do like a little law school for dummies, and you guys come check it out. So hopefully you can give me a listen or two, give me a like, a follow, or something.
I love that. I love that.
Well, thank you for coming on. This has been another episode of Jaden XD. Until next time, friends. Bye.
Bye.